I think the biggest thing, and this is something actually I've kind of taken some time to study, and this is what we're chipping away at in federal court. So anybody who's saying, "Hey, I'm going to go file in federal court," there's something called, and I know you're familiar with Orion, the domestic relations exception, and it originally was this very narrowly tailored that basically said divorce and child support. Didn't even actually originally say anything to do with child custody, but divorce and child support, federal courts don't have jurisdiction of them. But it actually says nothing about child support, but it's been interpreted so broadly that federal judges for so long, if something like this comes into their realm, they just boot it out. And that's what we're carving away at. And you see some of these cases, and to the average person, they're like, what does that even mean? Well, maybe it creates more exposure for guardians ad litem, or it creates more exposure for the superior court judges in your state, or it opens up avenues to get into federal court. And like I said, there's a couple districts, or there's a couple of circuits now, which for those who don't know, the federal court system, you're going to have your essentially your trial court level, and then usually it's 3 to 5 states are in a circuit, and you go in front of a 3-judge panel, and when they make a decision, that holds precedent over all of the states in their circuit. And we've seen some of these circuits actually start chipping away and giving us those angles to get into federal court.
Mark, people ask me all the time, can we see the briefs? So I say constitutional argument, constitutional argument, constitutional argument, blah, blah, blah. People are like, wonderful. Can you send it to us? Is there a way that we could share? Is there a way that if I send you those documents as a PDF, we could post them somewhere or attach a link for folks so that they don't have to email me, they can just grab it?
Yeah, I can. So if I think we kind of left off and we never followed up. If you want to send over a redacted version, or a version that's just generic, I can make sure that gets up on the Fathers' Rights Movement's social media pages, and I can post it on my page as well. We can make it available on the Fathers' Rights Movement, and then my page, the Fathers' Rights Attorney. So we can definitely get that information out to people.
Okay, so people should contact Mark or follow the Fathers' Rights Movement.
Yeah, we'll get it posted on that page.
Okay.
I apologize. I have my email inbox has like 150 emails right now. So if you email me, it may be 10 to 14 days before you hear from me. But I'll get that as soon as I get that from Ryan. I'll get that over to the social media team with the Fathers' Rights Movement, and we'll get that put up there. So at minimum, you have that case law that's been done by, or that's kind of been researched and built out by Ryan.
And the one thing I would say, right, is so this was filed in Minnesota, but that doesn't matter for you, right? I mean, you can't just copy and paste the same thing, but you basically can. So the case law cited is United States Supreme Court. So regardless of what state, right, you would need to edit out the Minnesota and replace, your petitioner, your respondent with whatever is for your case. But the nuts and bolts, the meat and potatoes of this thing holds. And so for the same reason as Mark, I don't want to be non-responsive to folks who need this information and need it timely. So if we could just post it somewhere, I think that would help a lot of people. And then
we'll get that out there. And I know we're gonna. I don't think we're working on something with the Fathers' Rights Movement to kind of put all of the case law there is out there in the circuits, and then at the federal Supreme Court level together, so it's all in one place. We understand that. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to claim to be the world's greatest legal researcher. But if you've never ventured down Westlaw and understand what the word shepherdize mean, it's next to impossible. So we're working on some resources to be able to get these in the hands of not just dads, but parents that are going through these issues.